In a small town battered by a severe flood, the streets were rapidly filling with water. As the rain poured heavily throughout the night, the situation grew more desperate. Marcus, a dedicated local community worker, was at home when he heard the emergency alerts on the radio. Despite the dangerous conditions, he knew he had to act to help those in need. He quickly put on his rain gear and ventured out into the storm. Meanwhile, Emily, a young journalist who had been covering a local event, found herself trapped in her car as the floodwaters surged around it. Her vehicle was now partially submerged, and the water was rising quickly. Desperate to get help, she tried calling for assistance, but the storm had disrupted phone signals. Fear and anxiety took hold as she realized her situation was growing more perilous. Marcus, braving the torrential rain and strong currents, noticed Emily's car in trouble. With determination and skill, he fought against the powerful floodwaters to reach her. After a strenuous effort, he managed to open the car door and help Emily out. Together, they struggled through the dangerous waters, each step a battle against the strong currents threatening to carry them away. Marcus guided Emily to a nearby elevated building that provided some refuge from the flooding. Once inside, Emily, soaked and shaken, expressed her deep gratitude to Marcus. Despite her heartfelt thanks, Marcus seemed more focused on ensuring she was safe and soon disappeared into the storm. As the floodwaters began to recede, Emily was left to ponder the identity of her mysterious rescuer, feeling both relieved and curious. The following morning, the town was left in shambles, with streets covered in debris and homes heavily damaged. Emily found herself in a temporary shelter, surrounded by other flood survivors. As she tried to process the enormity of the disaster, her thoughts kept returning to Marcus, the man who had saved her. Driven by gratitude and curiosity, she began searching for more information about him. Emily's first step was to check the latest news reports. She soon discovered that Marcus was not just a good Samaritan, but had recently been elected as the new mayor of the town. This revelation surprised her. The reports described Marcus as a dedicated and respected leader, known for his commitment to the community even before the flood. Intrigued, Emily decided to dig deeper. She learned that Marcus had been actively involved in the town's efforts to respond to the crisis. He had coordinated rescue operations and was working tirelessly to manage the aftermath of the flood. This new information painted Marcus in a different light, as someone who was not only heroic, but also a figure of authority and responsibility. As Emily reflected on her previous perceptions of Marcus, she realized that she had initially underestimated him. Her experience with him during the flood was now seen through a new lens, combining her gratitude for his immediate help with a newfound respect for his role as mayor. Determined to understand more about his contributions, Emily decided to visit the town hall to meet Marcus and express her appreciation in person. In her visit to the town hall, Emily found the building buzzing with activity as Marcus and his team worked to manage the recovery efforts. She was struck by the sheer scale of the operations and the dedication of those involved. This visit solidified her resolve to highlight Marcus's efforts in her writing, aiming to capture the full extent of his heroism and leadership. Emily went to the town hall with a mix of excitement and nervousness. She was eager to meet Marcus, the man who had so dramatically impacted her life. Upon arrival, she was greeted by staff members who informed her that Marcus was incredibly busy dealing with the flood's aftermath. They assured her that he would meet with her as soon as he could. While waiting in the reception area, Emily overheard conversations about the ongoing efforts to manage the disaster. The staff spoke of Marcus's relentless work, coordinating rescue missions and addressing immediate needs of the affected residents. This glimpse into his daily routine further piqued Emily's interest in understanding more about him. Finally, Marcus arrived, looking fatigued but focused. He welcomed Emily with a warm handshake and expressed his appreciation for her patience. They found a quiet room where they could talk without interruption. Emily began by thanking Marcus for saving her life and shared how she had recognized him from the news as the new mayor. Marcus was initially surprised but pleased to hear her gratitude. He downplayed his actions, explaining that helping people was simply the right thing to do. Despite his modesty, Emily was impressed by his dedication. They discussed the flood and its impact on the community, with Marcus providing insights into the challenges he faced as a leader during the crisis. As their conversation deepened, Emily learned more about Marcus's vision for the city and his plans for recovery. He spoke passionately about rebuilding efforts and the importance of unity within the community. Emily began to see him not just as a hero, but as a committed public servant, determined to make a difference. Before leaving, Emily asked if she could follow his work and possibly write a piece about the recovery efforts and his role in them. Marcus agreed, appreciative of her interest and eager to share the ongoing progress with the public. As Emily left the town hall, she felt a profound respect for Marcus and a renewed sense of purpose for her article. Emily began drafting her article, focusing on the heroic rescue by Marcus and his role as the new mayor. She aimed to highlight both his immediate bravery and his ongoing leadership. To enrich her piece, Emily reached out to several residents and city officials for their perspectives on Marcus's contributions. In her interviews, Emily discovered that Marcus had been instrumental in organizing relief efforts and coordinating resources during the flood. Many citizens spoke highly of his quick action and leadership, describing how he had worked tirelessly to ensure everyone's safety. These accounts painted a picture of Marcus as not only a hero, but also a dedicated leader who truly cared about his community. Emily also interviewed city officials who provided insights into the logistical challenges Marcus faced. They explained how he managed to mobilize volunteers, secure emergency supplies, and navigate the complexities of disaster management. Emily was struck by the scale of Marcus's efforts and his ability to lead under such pressure. As she continued working on the article, Emily reflected on her own experiences. She realized that her initial view of Marcus had been limited, and that her understanding had grown as she learned more about his actions and motivations. Her article began to take shape as a tribute to Marcus's heroism and leadership. To ensure accuracy and depth, Emily included details about the flood's impact on the city, the recovery process, and Marcus's role in it. She wanted to convey not only the dramatic rescue, but also the broader context of Marcus's contributions. Her writing highlighted the importance of recognizing and valuing the efforts of those who go above and beyond in times of crisis. Once the article was complete, Emily felt a sense of accomplishment. She had successfully captured the essence of Marcus's actions and his influence on the city's recovery. The article was set to be published soon, and Emily hoped it would resonate with readers and shed light on the extraordinary efforts of her rescuer. Emily's article was published, and it quickly garnered attention from the public. The piece highlighted Marcus's heroism during the flood and his crucial role as the new mayor. It emphasized not only his bravery in rescuing her, but also his leadership in managing the disaster's aftermath. As the article spread through social media and local news outlets, reactions from the community were overwhelmingly positive. People expressed their gratitude and admiration for Marcus, recognizing him as a dedicated and effective leader. Emily received numerous messages from readers who were inspired by the story and appreciative of the attention given to Marcus's efforts. With the increased visibility, Marcus's work gained even more support from the community. He used the opportunity to further promote initiatives aimed at aiding the city's recovery. Emily noticed a significant rise in volunteer participation and donations directly attributed to the heightened awareness generated by the article. Emily was invited to a meeting with Marcus to discuss the impact of her piece. During their conversation, Marcus shared how the article had helped boost morale and rally community support. He thanked Emily for capturing the essence of his work and for bringing attention to the collective efforts of everyone involved in the recovery process. The success of the article led to Emily being asked to cover more stories related to the town's recovery and ongoing improvements. She continued to follow Marcus's work closely, documenting the progress and highlighting other inspiring stories emerging from the community. Through her reporting, Emily observed the tangible effects of increased community engagement. The city was gradually recovering, and there was a renewed sense of unity among its residents. Her articles not only celebrated Marcus's role, but also helped foster a spirit of resilience and cooperation. The chapter concluded with Emily feeling fulfilled by her work and the positive impact it had on the community. She was proud of how her story had contributed to the city's recovery and honored to have played a part in acknowledging Marcus's remarkable efforts. With the town's recovery well underway, Marcus organized a community event to celebrate the collective efforts and thank the many volunteers who had contributed to the recovery. The event was set to include speeches, performances, and activities to raise funds for ongoing recovery projects. Emily was invited to attend and cover the event, eager to witness how the community was coming together. As she arrived, she was struck by the lively atmosphere. The event was filled with families, volunteers, and local businesses, all participating in various activities and contributing to the fundraising efforts. There was a palpable sense of hope and unity in the air. Marcus took to the stage to deliver a speech. He spoke with genuine gratitude, acknowledging the hard work and dedication of the volunteers and the community. His speech focused on the importance of solidarity and how the town's resilience had been a key factor in overcoming the crisis. Emily noted how his words resonated with the crowd, reinforcing the collective spirit that had emerged from the disaster. Throughout the event, Emily interviewed various attendees, capturing their experiences and reflections on the recovery process. Many expressed their appreciation for Marcus's leadership and the way he had handled the crisis. They spoke of the positive changes in their community and the newfound sense of camaraderie that had developed. As the event continued, Marcus used the opportunity to promote new community initiatives aimed at strengthening the town's preparedness for future emergencies. Emily observed how these initiatives were received enthusiastically by the public, reflecting a growing confidence in Marcus's leadership. Emily also had the chance to speak with Marcus personally during a quieter moment at the event. They discussed the progress made since the flood and the ongoing challenges the town faced. Marcus shared his vision for the future, emphasizing his commitment to ensuring that the community remained strong and prepared. The event concluded with a sense of accomplishment and optimism. Emily felt a deep sense of fulfillment as she saw firsthand the positive impact of Marcus's leadership and the community's collective efforts. Her coverage of the event highlighted the strength and resilience of the town, and she was proud to contribute to the narrative of recovery and hope. As the town moved forward with its recovery, Emily and Marcus continued to collaborate on various projects. Emily decided to write a follow-up piece on the city's ongoing recovery, focusing on how different neighborhoods were coping with the aftermath of the flood and the inspirational stories emerging from the community. She visited several neighborhoods, each affected differently by the flood. Emily spoke with residents who had faced significant challenges but were finding ways to rebuild and support each other. Her interviews revealed a tapestry of resilience and solidarity, showcasing the community's determination to overcome adversity. In her visits, Emily observed how Marcus was deeply involved in addressing the specific needs of each neighborhood. He was actively working to ensure that aid was distributed fairly and that recovery efforts were tailored to the unique needs of each area. His presence in the community was a constant source of encouragement and reassurance. One day, a new crisis emerged when a group of residents voiced concerns about the effectiveness of certain recovery measures. They argued that some areas were not receiving the attention they needed and demanded more transparency in the recovery process. The situation quickly gained media attention, and Marcus found himself under scrutiny. Emily decided to cover this developing situation, wanting to provide a balanced perspective. She attended a town hall meeting where Marcus addressed the concerns raised by the residents. During the meeting, Marcus calmly and clearly explained the challenges involved in the recovery process and outlined the steps being taken to address the issues. As Emily reported on the town hall meeting, she saw firsthand how Marcus handled the criticism with grace and professionalism. He acknowledged the valid concerns and committed to improving communication and addressing specific needs more effectively. His transparent approach helped to rebuild trust and reinforce his reputation as a capable leader. Throughout this period, Emily continued to document the recovery efforts, capturing both the challenges and the progress. She observed the town's gradual return to normalcy and the ongoing efforts to support those still struggling. Her reporting highlighted the complexities of managing a recovery effort and the importance of strong leadership and community engagement. The chapter concluded with a sense of resolution as the immediate crisis was addressed and the town continued to make strides in its recovery. Emily felt a renewed sense of appreciation for Marcus's role in navigating the challenges and remained committed to telling the story of the town's resilience and progress. The town had made significant progress since the flood, with most recovery efforts well underway. Emily, having closely followed the developments, was preparing to write her final article on the city's recovery and Marcus's leadership. This piece aimed to encapsulate the journey from disaster to recovery and reflect on the broader impact of Marcus's role as mayor. Emily visited various locations around the town to capture the current state of recovery. She observed newly repaired homes, reopened businesses, and revitalized public spaces. The visible improvements were a testament to the hard work and dedication of the community, led by Marcus's effective leadership. During her visits, Emily also took time to interview residents about their experiences throughout the recovery process. Many expressed their gratitude for Marcus's unwavering support and the positive changes that had taken place. They shared stories of how their lives had improved and how they had been inspired by the collective effort to rebuild the community. Emily arranged an interview with Marcus to discuss his reflections on the recovery and his vision for the future. Marcus spoke about the challenges faced during the crisis and the lessons learned. He emphasized the importance of community solidarity and the need for continued preparation to handle future emergencies. The conversation also touched on the new initiatives Marcus planned to implement to enhance the town's resilience. These included programs to improve infrastructure, increase emergency preparedness, and foster community engagement. Marcus's forward-thinking approach was aimed at ensuring the town would be better equipped to handle any future challenges. As Emily finalized her article, she integrated the stories of resilience and the ongoing efforts to strengthen the community. She highlighted Marcus's contributions and the collaborative spirit that had emerged from the flood. Her piece was a tribute to the collective efforts of the town and a celebration of the progress made. The final article was published, receiving widespread acclaim for its comprehensive and uplifting portrayal of the recovery process. Emily's reporting had successfully conveyed the impact of Marcus's leadership and the resilience of the community. The chapter concluded with a sense of accomplishment and hope. Marcus continued to lead with dedication, and the town moved forward with renewed strength and unity. Emily felt proud of her work and the role she had played in documenting the town's journey from disaster to recovery.